Jackson.
Yes, sir. We're here. Print Factory Show is live on a Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern time here. We've got some NFL to talk about. We might talk a little NBA at the end of the show. Who the hell knows what we'll talk about here, but definitely some football. And we've got the worst game on the slate to talk about this week. This game today is the worst game on the slate. And luckily, you guys and us get it for Showdown. So make sure you hit the like button for the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New England Patriots coming to ruin my night. We got Wiley, DePrez in the house over here, and Big T in the bottom down here. So we got to go to the top first with DePrez. What's going on, man? Anything new?
I got to tell you, we figured out, and it is weird me being here on time, but I'm actually here at the office, so I have no excuse not being on time. I will say that the camera issue last week, when everyone thought I was on this Snapchat filter, was the first time I've used this new MacBook Pro Flex. And the new MacBook Pro Flex has a camera, FaceTime camera built in that has automatic filters on it, so it makes you look like you're 11. And we couldn't figure it out, so now we've changed the camera. So
Does it
wasn't
still work
us.
if you go like this?
I don't know if that works anymore. No, it doesn't work because I don't not using that camera. So yeah, glad to see Wiley isn't wearing makeup today. It was humiliating. I agree with that.
Tony, maybe he was just trying to look younger. A lot of people, maybe he was just trying to look younger. You know what I mean? Like I kind of see it, I guess. You know what I mean?
like the non-filtered Wiley. I mean, look how good he looks right now. He's back to normal.
Yeah.
I'm a little slightly aroused. I mean,
That's
he looks good again.
No sweater though. No sweater.
I don't care.
Well, just touch the sweater under his jacket. He always wears
a sweater
Oh,
under his
right.
jacket.
It's
Okay.
brought to you by Bell Staff. Great coats, great price.
Is he flexing too while he's showing the coat? I think there's a little flex there, Tony.
I said a lot about good things about him, but I don't know about muscles. I don't know if he doesn't got.
I saw a little flex going over there.
And that was a tiny little flex.
Okay. All right. Well, looked like a flex.
You should have seen this guy throw up paint peelers at the hoop in there. He was like, and it was just straight off the brick, like just he took a brick down off the wall.
I'm gonna
see that brick behind him? It took a brick down.
I'm gonna give you two names, Tony, and you tell me which one it resembles more. Does it resemble Snyder
Kenyon
or
Martin?
Mangone?
Fresh skin peeling trick.
Actually, it looked better than both of those two. So
holy shit. Okay, so why are we even making fun of
I can never talk about Snyder again on the basketball court the rest of my life. He was absolutely pathetic at the party last year, and I will never bring it up again. I never want to envision that again. I mean, it was the worst thing I've ever seen.
Me and T went one-on-one in my office. He had to bring out the old article from high school to prove that.
He had to bring out the whole article.
Kind of sad. My whole staff was like, that was kind of sad, right? It was like kind of sad.
Did he have to body you? Did he have to body you while he scored? Did he have to throw his weight around?
He couldn't. Pick and pop, pick and roll.
I'll tell you right now, chat. The only way Tony was scoring on me was him throwing his weight around. I'll tell you that right now because I was muscling him at first, so he had to start using his weight and his 6'5" height.
McNair's watching this from a bathtub right now.
From a bathtub?
What? I don't know if I like that, honestly.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I do not want to know more there, B-Nair.
I don't want to know more either.
I'm watching this from a bathtub.
He said yes.
Bubbles?
So I don't know if that means he's gonna just keep it to that. So AP wants to know if there's bubbles. I don't. I just don't.
I hope there is.
Double ladder. Someone called it.
Yeah. Edge up's looking clean. Every 2 weeks, Tank. Every 2 weeks you get it cleaned up, buddy.
I got a question. So why isn't the RPS? Is there an RPS hat on the tall ladder, or are we still on the little ladder?
Yeah, how do we get to the tall ladder?
Yeah, what the hell?
Oh, that one? Oh. That's the So we'll conquer.
How'd you even get that in there? Did they have to where the crane drops the hot tub into the backyard? Did they have to do that up to the top floor of the office?
It's the ladder to success.
I know, but how did it physically get in there?
Do you know what's at the top of the ladder to success?
No, should tilt the camera up.
Success. I just told you. That's the top of the ladder. It's a ladder to success.
Well, what's on the success rung right now?
I can't tell you. I can't show you. You got to climb it. That's the thing.
I'm scared of heights.
You should be. It's a 24-foot ladder.
You're scared of heights? No, you're not scared of heights.
I'm terrified of heights. It's the one thing that I'm scared of.
You're tall.
I was dunking on his ass all day in here. That's why he's scared.
Oh, you were bodying me. Now you were dunking on me. Yep. And his hoop in the office is like 20 feet off the ground.
20 feet off the ground.
It's higher than that ladder on the other side.
No, it's not.
I swear it is.
Rick's here. We can go live.
It is way up top.
What's up, Rick? I see my boy David, ST Real Estate Realtor. David S. Torres. I think he said he was from Florida. Could be wrong with the real estate stuff, but JSU's been on fire with the Showdown picks. I appreciate you. I've been feeling good about my Showdown picks. I've been told I was wrong on this show. I've been told that, I've been told a lot of things on this show recently about my picks.
Oh, did he make
and
you
I
feel
just
warm
want to
and
say
cozy?
that I
Did
have
he make
had.
You feel warm and cozy, JSU?
Yes. Oh, it makes me feel so good that I finally owned Big T on a show twice. Not once, but twice on a show. So it does feel good, actually. It does feel really good. The quarterbacks haven't been in the winner. I feel great right now. It's a great day for Showdown. I mean,
I will tell you this. I will tell you this. Even though this is the worst game you could possibly imagine on a Showdown slate, on a primetime island game, I will say this, that even though we got smoked on Monday,
JSU didn't. He was just victory lapping us.
Yeah, but I don't listen to victory laps from JSU.
I didn't get smoked. I told you guys to have more respect for your bet. Where's my hat? Give me my goddamn hat.
Hushmanzada's back.
Don't say his name wrong, baby. I told you guys to have more respect.
Hooshy wooshy. TJ Hooshy Wooshy. You got JSU. You nailed it. What I was going to say until I was rudely interrupted, JSU, that basically the single shipper with, was it Washington? He's 7% Washington at $200, which we had. I had him at a 0. So congrats.
I didn't even know he was in the NFL. So
no,
I don't think anyone outside of the dude who played him 7% thought he was in the NFL.
So curious about that, but the value played really well.
Oh, I see the thumbs up. It's still there. The camera doesn't matter. I saw it.
No way.
Oh, it was there. I saw it.
Oh my God, it is.
Yep. It's just the MacBook.
Oh! Yay!
I do love that.
All right.
I'm going to do a show for my MacBook just to have it like that.
So it doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's the MacBook, not the camera.
It's the MacBook. But I will say that the value played. So Browning 8K and JSU, Jamar Chase at 9,800, the best player in the field. Looking back, makes kind of a lot of sense to play them, but we just felt like the Bengals would be smoked. So the Jaguars are actual frauds. I mean, they're actual frauds. Read nothing into it. They're just fraudulent. And yeah, there we go. And so this week, here, right there, this is.
Well, wait a second. Are the Jaguars? I'm not saying the Jaguars are Super Bowl teams, but how about just the letdown spot? They thought they were going to go in, roll them, and they didn't. You know what I mean? Jake Browning played better.
They've disappointed me so many times this year, the Jags. Even
I'm
when
saying,
you're
though, they go into it. They're facing a team without Joe Burrow. They looked terrible the week before. They thought they were going to go in and roll. I'm just saying, isn't it more that? It was almost like a letdown spot. No one thought Browning was – even and I like Browning. I didn't think Browning was going to play that good. I really didn't think he was going to play that good. He played really good.
I think they're frauds.
That's fine. You can think they're frauds, but I'm just saying, the dude hit when he needed to win. His receivers won in one-on-one coverage, and he hit them in the spot for them to make plays. That's just the fact. So,
I'm just saying, I always say, okay, you open your app, you play your first Showdown hand build lineup, and the first thing you look at least I look at, is okay, where just by what you think will happen or what the price should be, where do you find the value? The problem with the Cincinnati Bengals and main Big T is we're so stained by them and so tarnished by them sucking 20 years plus of it, that it just, even though Jamar Chase at that price seemed, well, in hindsight, best player in the field, sub 10K, probably seemed like a good price, Matt. I couldn't get my mind past it. And that's why I hate the Bengals.
I had Jamar Chase and like the touchdown props. Like, you'll never get Jamar Chase for a better touchdown prop than the last game. Like, he was plus like 240, plus 250. Yes. He was 21-1 for 2 touchdowns. Yep. I know he didn't get 2 touchdowns, but like, to put it in perspective, Calvin Ridley was 11-1. Like, that should never. I mean, like, they should never be that much of a difference. I don't give a shit who's throwing Jamar Chase the football. Jamar Chase is one of the best receivers in football. Like, that should never be the case right there, but it was. So, like, that just, to me, threw it off. But I'm going to go another way here, Tony. How about the Chase Brown call? And the biggest Chase Brown fan we know wasn't even on Chase Brown. Mm-hmm. I don't even know how that works. He was on some other backup running back, and he wasn't on his horse.
Yeah. No, he was on the backup tight end, not the backup running back. He loved the backup tight end over Chase Brown.
And guess who texted me at 8:17 p.m. about Chase Brown? Guess, JSU.
Anthony Wayne Niehaus?
Yes. I told you.
JSU
always gets those texts from me when I say something.
He does. Yeah, he does. Honestly, when he texts me, I thought I was dead. I had no Chase Brown. So I'm like, I'm fine. This was in like the second quarter. I was like, this dude looks legit. I'm dead. I got no Chase Brown either. And then it just worked out that, I ended up winning money because you didn't need Chase Brown, even though I thought at that point you were going to need Chase Brown. But he was good, right? He had 8 and he wasn't on the winner, Tony. He had 8.
Yeah, I mean, It was impossible to be on the winner when the unknown dude got 18.
Yeah. Yep. It's true. All right. You guys want to get into this Showdown slate here? I mean, we got a few things just to note here. So Stevenson out for the Patriots. Zeke Elliott is, I would assume, he's one of the higher projected guys on the entire slate. He's probably higher projected than the quarterbacks, right? As of now, I don't know this for a fact.
Ownership,
projection wise, I see him pretty high.
Yeah,
so that's one thing to note. Najee Harris, even though he has a Q tag, it looks like he's expected to play. So, I mean, I guess that's, good news for the Steelers. Kenny Pickett's out. So you got another Trubisky, and we're going to see another game for Bailey Zappi here. So what do we got here with this team? We got Zappi, Trubisky, and then we're going to see defenses high owned on the slate. We just have to see defenses high owned on the slate. So I want to get your takes first on the game because it's a 30.5 total. We don't expect points. I would assume everyone here kind of likes the under, and then a 6-point spread. So, like, for me, I'm going to take the points with the Patriots, even though I think the Patriots lose. I think 6 is too many when I feel like it probably does go under, even though I would be rooting for an over because unders are boring, but
I have it 20-13 for the Steelers.
Okay, so you got them covering. So you like the Steelers here?
I do have them covering. It took a lot from me to find a way for the Patriots to get 2 touchdowns, or Zappi to even throw one. And looking at the initial value, I think a lot of people are going to be going the JaMycal Hasty way. There's already a lot of buzz about that on Twitter, how he's going to have a career game. At $200, you don't need much of a career game from him. Now, who's our guy Monday, Big T? The guy we thought, he was your play of the day, but he was really my play of the day too. Actually, mine was Ingram.
God,
what was his name?
He just went.
D'Ernest Johnson. Remember?
D'Ernest, yeah.
D'Ernest. So JaMycal Hasty is at $200, and even at a 3 projection, I have him at a 4.5. Catch 2 passes, run for 20 yards. He becomes interesting. The kickers, honestly, I think for a game like this, Boswell at 4,600, it's kind of underpriced. At a guy who's probably going to get min 9 points on a game like this. And then Jalen Warren, Najee Harris, he's going to play likely, but has a knee injury. And Jalen Warren is at 8K on a slate like this. Jalen Warren, maybe a 90 yards, 4 for 30 and a touchdown or two at 8K. That's an automatic for me. At least one of the two Pittsburgh running backs, but probably Jalen Warren more so.
So a couple things here, Prez, and I think it's a good question actually Falik has, which is like, what the hell are you doing with the money you get for Hasty? Because like to me on this slate, I kind of want to nix out those cheap guys because
I totally agree. I totally agree because the quarterbacks suck. They have a 12-point or less projection. I'm saying Hasty from the fact that on points alone, he may be on there, right?
He could be on there. Okay.
He could be on there, Falik. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, so you like him regardless of price. You like him. You think he's got a shot at.
I mean, they've got Ezekiel Elliott, Ty Montgomery, who didn't play a lot last week, and then JaMychal Hasty. And if you look at Twitter Dome right now, he's going to be Barry Sanders tonight. So I don't project him for 4.5. No, Falik. Did I project him for 4.5? I think that was my min. I'm more like 7.5 maybe for him. He's like the D. Ernest Johnson.
7.5. Wow. Okay. So you like him a lot. All right, Tony, I want to get your takes here on this game. Before I get your takes, I think Tank had a good question. I want to know the answer to it. Do you know my middle name?
Wish I did.
What?
Who's this?
You don't know my middle name?
Your middle name?
Yeah. Do you know my middle name?
Yeah.
How the hell would I know your middle name? I've never thought about it.
I know your middle name.
That's bullshit. I want to know yours then.
I know your middle name. I know your middle name.
Do you?
What?
Yeah. It's Leslie.
No.
It's Leslie. Oh.
Don't lie to people.
Johnny Hasty, Sarabian?
No, be there. It's not Abraham. And it's not Nurmagomedov or whatever else MMA people
you wish
are going to come out with. I wish it was. Hell yeah, I do.
You should just say it is.
I should have. But I don't have like the full beard. I don't have like the full like.
You can throw it in.
Cut. Yeah, I could have.
Oh God, Falik's not coming on to talk about this, is he?
Yep, he is. He's
He's
very upset by this Hasty comment, and Josh D is aligned.
Oh,
Kevin, quick comment from
exactly,
you.
Kevin Falik.
Oh.
You're exactly right. JaMychal Hasty. I saw Hall of Fame night from JaMychal Hasty on Twitter. Someone wrote that.
I just want to know.
You can't come in all passive. If you're going to come in late, you got to come in with some fire.
I don't want to ask the question. Keep on asking questions in chat when I think it's a very interesting conversation because I think the answer is that you have to, if you're going to go this Hasty route, you have to leave a couple $1,000s on the table. I would think.
We already answered that question. He said he likes them regardless of price.
So are you outscoring? You're having him outscore 4K players, kickers.
I have him from a 4.5 to a 7.5 projection as of right now. Okay. My floor on Showdown is always 0. So yeah, there are times where I leave money on the table. I am in lineup construction mode. He could be the highest scoring running back on the Patriots. I don't know. We've seen crazier things recently. But yeah, I mean, I agree with you though. There's nothing on this that you need to pay up for because Deontay Johnson and George Pickens prices are crazy. I mean, at 10K for those guys with Trubisky at quarterback.
Relative, I would say it's crazy relative to what they should be in a normal slate, but this isn't a normal slate is the challenge.
Yeah. Well, when Warren's an 8K, when he's 2K cheaper.
Yeah. I don't know. Let me tell
you this, Falik. So even at that projection, Saber simmed, 2 uniques, contest sims, it's still only saying, hey, buddy, Hasty, 6% of your lineups that don't go over. Right.
That's what I thought.
Right.
Yeah, but again, to have that hit the winner, I do agree with Falik that he would have to outscore those guys in like at least the 3K range. You know,
yeah, and Carp is right. I mean, that Parker Washington thing came out of nowhere, and then he was like this. What I'm saying, he had 22 points or something. I'm just saying, are they going to rely on?
So.
Yeah, are they going to rely on Elliott for the entire game or Ty Montgomery, or are they going to throw this guy in, who hasn't played a snap all year, but is your 1 for 45 type guy, 2 for 91, and then we're fine.
Tony and I were
Jermichael Hasty. He's a third down back. Is I think what he would be if he was out there.
Tony and I were discussing this earlier to an extent. We were laughing about how terrible this running back field, the group of running backs are for New England. And then we just started discussing the wide receivers and we're laughing even more. But the thing is that these guys aren't young. So it's not even like you're playing them in hopes of seeing if they can do anything. The only guy that's young on this team on the running back group is Kevin Harris, who I don't even know if they've made a decision of whether they're going to bring him up from the practice squad today.
I mean, they're going to play Zeke. Like, they're going to play Zeke. Ty Montgomery's going to get some run. Like,
but look at even the tight ends for New England. I mean,
I don't know why we're guessing on these running backs, though.
I don't either. That's I agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just a differing in opinions. I mean,
the question is, what the hell do you do with these defenses? Is like the bigger question for me. They're insane. I've never seen. I said it on the pod that I did with Holden. I've never seen 2 defenses at 5K or more on a showdown, and they're not even good defenses either. Really,
no, they're not.
They're just.
Not. I mean, actually, the Patriots defense has been quietly playing decent. The problem is their offense. And I went back and look at the last 3 games the Patriots have played. The scores are insane. The Patriots have scored 13 points total in their last 3 games played here against these are the teams: the Colts, the Giants, and the Chargers. Teams that give up points. So the offense is the issue. You know what I mean? It's the issue for the kicker. The defense has been fine. The defense in those 3 games gave up 10, 10, and 6 points.
And they didn't score any fantasy points.
That's the thing. They don't score any fantasy points.
Okay, but I'm just saying the defense hasn't been bad. It's the offense.
Last game, they didn't have a single sack, fumble, interception. They didn't have a single anything.
I think
they're bad.
I think they're considering. I think they're considering no points are going to be scored. No points will be scored, and then you got Zappy and Trubisky at quarterback, so something bad is likely going to happen. The problem is that you got Ryland and Broswell priced cheaper, virtually, than that, and who can probably in a game like this probably outscore both defenses. So I'm getting a ton of Ryland, I'm getting a ton of Boswell.
Yeah,
and
you probably should.
God, Ryland's the kicker that depending on his ownership will, if he's gonna be high owned, I'm not playing him. Like the Patriots.
What's high owned for you?
I mean, is he gonna be more than 25%, 20%?
I think he's be sub 15%.
Well, then I'll play a little bit of him.
Ryland?
Yeah.
I don't think that, but
he's just not good. But it's more the offense, I guess.
It wasn't the offense. They don't score any points.
Okay, lead singer of Nickelback
points.
Is it
so? Then how do you like the kicker that much?
I don't. I didn't like.
That's
I mean, the kick. This is the crazy part about the slate. So Ryland's got 2 double-digit games all year. Boswell has more than that. Boswell has a bunch of doubles. So Boswell's got a bunch, but Ryland's got 2. The defenses have none. I mean, the Patriots D's biggest game all year is 12. They're only, and then the Steelers, they haven't been in high scoring games either, and their defense has. You think of their D as pressure, they haven't really done anything since the beginning of the year. I mean, their last 5 games they haven't done anything. So I don't know. Always in these low scoring games, I think the way to go is to play the skill guys that people don't usually want to play. Deontay and Pickens and Najee and Warren and
play all the floor guys.
You play it like the game's going over.
I mean, not even necessarily that. You play it like I want all my guys to get double digits.
Yeah, so that's what I mean, though. You want to jam as many of those top skill guys as you possibly can.
200 yards of offense, you still got to get points to do. Like, there still have to be guys getting points if you play for 200
dump offs and stuff too.
Correct. That's the like in the question and why this is. I think the number one reason this slate is hard to discuss on a show like this right now is we have these 2 Q tags on these New England Patriot wide receivers that I think is actually pretty critical news to what you're building, because what's going to end up happening is if Parker and Juju sit, then Tyquan Thornton becomes one of the critical decisions. Hunter Henry then becomes a critical decision, and then you have to see who else is going to be playing wide receiver for them.
Allen Robinson.
That wrong team, but yes.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, never mind.
The dude in the chat's acting like Allen Robinson. I mean, that's a dude that I refuse to play on any slate.
Yep. I saw B Nair like them too. He said 9 for like 85 and a touchdown.
9 for 85? What is he on
that
the
was
field
B
by
Nair.
himself?
He's in a bathtub full of gin. He's drinking his.
He hasn't had 9 for 85 in the last 3 years combined.
Oh, he's having a day. Let him. He's in the tub having a
God,
drink.
if he goes off, I will.
Has he had 9 for 85 all year?
No.
Maybe.
Total?
Maybe. Yeah,
Ever?
total.
Because if these two guys are out, their active wide receiver crew is Tyquan Thornton, Matthew Slater, who's not going to play as a wide receiver. We know that. And then Jalen Reagor. And then you go down to.
I don't think those 2 guys are going to be out, Phallic.
Okay.
And then I think both of them practice
limited though. They're both limited.
I mean, they're veterans.
It's a short week. They're not going to be out there grinding.
And they're olds. They're veterans. Yeah. Like they're not going to practice.
If that's the case, this slate becomes pretty easy in my opinion, which is just shove in 6 skill players. You can play some kickers. Maybe you play a quarterback if you feel comfortable playing a quarterback, but you take the floor guys and let everybody else try to guess on who the running backs are and stuff like that. The only running back I'd play is Zeke Elliott unless they announce there's a different starter. Zeke Elliott becomes
playing Najee or Jalen Warren.
No, I'm saying for New England.
Oh, I was like, you got to be playing those 2 on this slate, or who are you?
No. New England for New England.
What do you have the total going at? What do you have the game going at? Steelers win and cover, or what? Phallic.
Again, those are the things that in this situation of this game, it doesn't matter to me. But I would say that Steelers are going to win by a touchdown, and it's going to be maybe 34 points instead of 30 points.
Do the Patriots for you get more than 1 touchdown? Because I had a hard time getting. Huh?
No, I don't think so.
That's right.
No.
So I'm getting a lot of
ball. But they move the ball.
Yeah.
Any professional team should be able to somewhat move the ball. I know that this is not like a professional team for the most part, but
they're literally not a professional team.
But you throw the ball 35 times. There's going to be 17 balls caught.
I don't see how New England's. I mean,
so Tony, what is this game going to? Who wins?
I kind of think everybody's overcomplicating it a little bit. I mean, Pittsburgh's in a playoff race. New England's got 2 wins. They haven't won in who knows how long.
They put up 0 last week at home.
They put up 0 at home. I don't even think they got a first down. It felt like watching it. Pittsburgh's playing to get in, and believe me, I know Pittsburgh sucks. We've talked about it all year. We know that, but they're still playing for something. They're 7-5, and they're at home on a short week. Like, why is this not Pittsburgh 24-3 tonight?
I'm locking Warren. I'm putting on every lineup right now. I'm just going to do it. Warren.
I like guys like that. I don't know how you fade. Like, honestly, like Warren, Najee, like Deontay. Like, how do you fade Deontay on this slate? Seriously. Even though he's a quitter, like JSU said, how do you fade him on this slate though?
Yeah, it's tough with
because
the PPR,
13 is massive on this slate. Like,
I think he's a great flex play.
Yeah, like he might not be the captain, but like just on your team, because he probably won't have the highest game, but he's going to get 13, and I mean 13 is going to be on the winner.
How are we overcomplicating it? This game's going to end like 13-10. We're literally overcomplicating.
I think it's going to be. I don't see how New England covers. I don't know why people are on New England. I'll be honest. Like I do not. Why are people on New England though?
I mean, Tony, you're okay. So they scored 0. They still held the Chargers to 6.
Here's the thing: if Pittsburgh had beat up Arizona last week, then I think this would be a lot different. But they lost at home to Arizona.
They got
They
beat up.
didn't lose to Arizona. They looked like absolute garbage.
They got smoked.
I mean,
these are
there was
two
a
not
weather
great
delay.
teams, but I think New England is clearly the not greater than.
And they don't want to win. The best point Tony brought up was one team wants to win, and the other team is not at that point. They're on the other side. They kind of. I'm not saying they all want to lose, but let's be honest, the organization wants to lose.
Trevor. So Trevor says kickers, D's, Warren, and your favorite PPR guy, and I don't see how you can play these defenses unless you project them to score a touchdown.
I don't like the defenses, honestly.
I mean, they're going to be 50% owned too.
Yeah.
Wait, both of them are going to be 50% owned, or the Steelers?
Projecting a defense to score a touchdown on a showdown slate is not really unusual this season. I get that, but I agree they haven't done a lot. But
you have to project them for what? You're gonna project the Steelers defense to score 14 points? I'm not.
Okay. What are you seeing projections at for them right now? Because right now
9 or
Saber,
10,
I see
which
them
is
at
high.
10. I see them at just above 10, and Patriots are at 6. How are the Patriots going to be 50% owned? Am I?
The Steelers will be like 50, and the Patriots will be like 30 something.
So if I play any defense, it'll be the Patriots one.
The problem with the Patriots, I'm going to keep saying it, just because I feel very strongly about it. It's a short week. They don't want to win versus the Steelers, who play conservative. They're going to play even more conservative with Trubisky, and they got one double-digit game on the season.
So then I'll fade them both.
Yeah, that's what I feel like very strongly about it. And you know what? If the D's score and the 50%, 30% get there, then that's fine. We lose. But when they don't get there, and you got a skill guy that you're going to have a quarterback. Don't get me wrong. These quarterbacks are horrendous. But the quarterback's going to be lower owned than the damn defenses.
But Trubisky,
that's going to be insane.
And Trubisky can run one in. And Trubisky came in last week. He threw a passing touchdown. When do you see Pickett do that? Pickett isn't good. Trubisky's an experienced quarterback.
Trubisky always had an arm. He just makes bad mistakes.
Yeah.
He always had an arm.
Still, everybody's bad. We got to decide who's less bad.
We just saw Browning have a monster game. We saw Joe Flacco come in off the street in 4 days and have a game.
I think both those guys are way better than these two guys. Is the issue?
I'm just trying to make comparisons here, Tony. We've seen some bad quarterback play and guys get it done. So why can't these two guys?
Here's my issue with the defenses, and I heard our boy Joe Ruff is saying that it's easy to score 15 if the Pats don't score. But the thing is I think when you look at projections and they're going to score 12.5 points, it's just as easy for them to get 14 points, and you're getting 1 point from your defense. Like you're starting with 1 point in that situation.
That's the issue. You just brought up the key point. If they give up points, you are drawing extremely thin.
The second they give up the first field goal, it's down to 7 points for your defense. And you got a lot of catching up to do, my man.
I mean, sure, if they shut him out, you're in good shape. Absolutely, you're in good shape.
If they pick off Zappy and run one back, then you got it. You probably got it. So Trubisky 2 rushing touchdowns.
I don't like either. I like Boswell, but I can't play the Patriots kicker. I don't see how the Patriots score. So how can I play a kicker if I don't think they score much?
Yeah, Boswell's the better play.
I just don't get New England. I need someone to explain to me why they're gonna rise up and cover. I get it 6-0 again. If it's 6-0 again, then they cover. But
they're not gonna. I don't think that they're gonna cover, Tony. But I do think that even if you don't cover, there's going to be guys that are going to score when they're playing from behind in these situations.
I'm not even that's not even my argument I'm making. I like the New England guys like you guys. I'm talking more just
He's
from
talking betting. Game. He's talking
I'm not talking fantasy. Side. I agree. These guys are good. Zeke's a great play tonight, even though I hate Zeke's
a great play. I
think it has a lot to do with the Steelers, Tony. I think it has a lot to do with
they are terrible. So
they look bad against Arizona.
But they're playing for something
Yeah, I'm just telling you. Arizona wasn't playing for anything, and Pittsburgh was. and they fucking got their asses handed to them when Kenny Pickett got off the game.
Like in the defense, I'm just making a case because like they lost their quarterback during the game. They were playing flat. They like it almost reminds me a little of the Cincinnati thing where it's 1 week later. And all of a sudden, I use
the weather delay as a thing in my head.
Yeah, and the weather delay.
But I'm like, why didn't that affect Arizona? Like, should I not use that?
They're a shitty team, anyways. Like, I don't know. New England is just, and I've bet New England they're just so bad, like so bad. And
New England has the worst skill position players in all of football
ever.
This reminds me of old Leafs teams. Sorry, I made a hockey reference, but looking
back,
back,
all 413 viewers with that.
Anyone know what hockey is?
But you look back at this team. 10 years from now. You look at this team and say, "How did they even field this roster on a Thursday night slate?" Someone said Freiermuth. I mean, at 7,400. I mean, you could make a rule of one of Pickens, one of Johnson, and one of Freiermuth in the lineup, either in captain or flex. And Freiermuth at 7,400. He could get the touchdown.
Yeah, it's a floor.
He could be the 13 guy. If Freiermuth gets a touchdown, let's say he's 13 or 14 points, baby, he's on it.
Let's be honest too. One guy is going to be on the winner that doesn't hit double digits, probably. By the way,
all these games I feel like always get there though. Like these are the games that kicker captain can win too. Where if you get the 3 field goals, it could be huge.
If they score 12 and they win 12-7 or something like that, like Boswell's the winner probably.
I'm getting 10%. I'm getting 6 to 10% Boswell captain.
So let's talk captain because we've been talking about the game and we've been all over the friggin' place. So let's talk about our captain plays and who we like. And let's just start at the top and we'll work our way down here. So Pickens, Johnson, Elliott, Trubisky, Zappy. That's 9K and above. All right. Those are all the 9K guys. Are we playing any of those guys in the captain spot? Wiley, you first.
I think a night like this, you've got to pay up, and Warren would be ideal captain for me. One of Pickens or Deontay. That's probably my heaviest. And Zeke, honestly, I mean, he could go for 13. But I'm not going to get cute with it. I mean, Trubisky is the interesting one in that if he does run 1 in, God help us if he runs 2 in, that's a much, much different story at quarterback because he's probably going to – I have him at 12 right now. But him rushing 20 yards, getting a touchdown, that puts an extra 6. Sorry, that puts an extra 8. I couldn't imagine running 2. So that is the big one. Does Trubisky do something with his legs? He's going to be a very low on. Well, actually, no, he's not going to be low on. He's at 13% on that captain.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. Phallic, top guy.
Prez, who do you have as the highest score? I think when you say 12 points, and we've had this discussion in the Discord chat before.
Yeah.
Who do you have projected higher than Mitch Trubisky at this point?
I have Elliott 13, Jalen Warren at 13, and I think that's light. Trubisky I have at 12, and that's it. But I probably will have to do a rule where one of Deontay, Pickens, or Freiermuth will be as high. That's if Trubisky doesn't run 1 in, because that changes everything.
Sure. Okay. All right.
Did you put that in your notes?
No, I'm just
like,
running.
Man, what an idiot!
I'm just running numbers. Right now, if the game goes as I expect in regards to inactives, Devontae Parker is going to be on a lot of my captain spots.
Okay. What do you project him at?
I projected him at 11.
Oh, so you're way above.
So you're giving him his biggest game of the year and a 30 total.
Second biggest game of the year.
Get it straight, Anthony. All right, so, Anthony.
Week 1 when he had 11.7.
Week 2, get it right.
Week 2 because he didn't play week 1, but yeah.
You have him at 11?
So Alex projecting him higher than.
So you have 17 in flex?
Fallick
16.
loves the 9 targets.
I'm 16 in captain.
I knew Fallick was going to like Parker. I knew it already.
I just dropped him to 10.5 and he still hits 70%.
Oh yeah, of course he would. Yeah, that's huge. I mean, the market has been
it's because I like both running backs for Pittsburgh. I like George Pickens. I like Trubisky. I like Deontay. It's because if you play somebody in that mid range, you're able to get all of these guys that feel safe on the upper range.
Yeah.
All right, Tony, you like the upper range here?
I mean, the New England side, I think Zeke is my favorite. Zeke, I'm not playing Zappy captain. We're talking captain, right? I'm not playing Zappy captain. I think Hunter Henry, Tyquan Thornton, those type of guys, Parker, I think all those guys are somewhat in play just because any position player that is in the mid-range, like Fallick said, that gets a touchdown, literally a touchdown and any other stats, is going to make your team very good. And that goes for kickers too. Like anybody that you have in this mid-range between between 200 and 6K, anything in there that can get you 15 is the winner tonight. And I mean, I think all those guys could, but the Pittsburgh side's where I really want to attack. Trubisky, obviously. Trubisky is my highest. I don't know how you could project anyone higher than him as far as just straight projection. A quarterback that runs a little bit on the favored team, that's a veteran. I mean, I have to at least project him the highest of just raw points. And then Warren, Najee, both of those guys have to be in play. Deontay, I agree. I think he's better flex just because of the floor. But, I mean, I won't take him out of my captain pool. I want at least a little bit of him just because if he gets 15, that could be the winner too. Pickens. So I like all the Steelers pretty much. And they don't have as much mid-range, though, to Fallick's point. There's not – the only mid-range guy from Pittsburgh is the kicker, Boswell. Every other guy, I mean, even the defense is 60, which I'm definitely not playing captain, but Freiermuth is 7,400. That's not middle. I mean, it's just Boswell. So that's one advantage to go on the New England route for captain, which I don't mind. Like Tyquan Thornton might be my favorite just because he's young. They want to get him some looks. He's somewhat decent. He's got big play upside, even though obviously New England doesn't have much big play upside, but 3,400 goes a long way. Like, just for example, I like putting it in there. If I put Thornton at captain, and then you can play like, just say you want Trubisky, obviously, you want one of the running backs, you want Deontay, you want Zeke. Like, look how good that team is. Like, you can play Thornton captain, Trubisky, Deontay, Zeke, either Jalen Warren or Najee, and you got 8,500 left. So you can play anybody you want in there. So I think one of those receivers is a good route, and Tyquan Thornton at 3,400 feels like a very good route to me.
So I've got 3 captains listed in my pool. None of them are the top guys. And finally, me and Tony can be arm in arm on a showdown slate. Finally, we're there, people. It only took us like 14 weeks, but we're here.
Oh, we shipped together the one night. Don't forget about our shipper together.
Oh, yes, you're right. You're right.
We were arm in arm that night.
Arm in arm. We're big buds.
Tyquan Thornton, for what it gives you, I think is one of the better value captains.
Henry falls in that same bucket too for me, the cheap, and Parker. But yeah.
Oh, fuck. You got birthday narrative. God damn it. I always fall into this well.
My only worry, though, is going this route with you is New England might just not score. That's the issue.
We might need Tyquan Thornton to take an end around to the house. But Chris
really can't score.
Guy. And then the third guy is Jalen Warren. And the only reason why I think Jalen Warren is the better of that range just above the guys I'm talking about is because, one, we all know he's got the breakaway upside speed. So, like, yeah, maybe the lower floor than Najee, but I think he's got the bigger ceiling. And Najee has a knee injury where they said he's going to play, but it is a short week. They're coming off of a game. I could see them tailoring a little bit more towards Warren just on a short week. Remember, This team is competing, like Tony said. If they get up, why are you going to bust and push Najee as much when you have another guy that's I think they think these guys are very close. 1, 2.
God, you guys are right. Warren's the captain.
So I think those are the three.
Put him on every lineup.
Warren's
Those are the three
captain.
captain
You just
players.
sold me. You said we were arm in arm, and you sold me the other way. Warren's the captain.
So
Warren's such the best.
Still arm in arm, Tony. We're still arm in arm.
Three-way.
Baby.
Let's get out of here, Phallic. Are you joining?
I'm
the
good.
side?
Hey, I
Are
just
you joining
dropped.
the circle. Are you in the circle?
I just dropped Devontae Parker and increased Tyquan
Say you're
Thornton,
with
which I
us.
think is fair, and it gave me 50% Jalen Warren captain.
Boom. We're here. All right,
We're here.
people. We did it.
So Phallic, I agree.
We're
By the
going
way,
up the red ladder tonight, boys. Up
let's
the red
go,
ladder.
baby. What's at the top? What's at the top?
Tony, we're
It's
climbing
success.
up, baby. We're climbing up the
We're going
ladder.
to the top.
It's Phalic's bit is he'll never laugh. It just never.
That's my
ever.
favorite
No.
part of the Phallic shows. He never
Never.
breaks script. No matter
Nope.
what I say to him,
Know
he
what?
will never get the smile.
It's time to have fun, Phallic. We're gonna have fun, and here's what I want to have fun with. By the way,
Are you
your
pulling a
point
heater
about
out?
Devontae Parker, captain, I agree with that, and I love the Najee and Warren builds, double running back Pittsburgh. I may be too obsessed with the fact that Najee, as JSU said, short week, knee injury, and did they just absolutely smash Warren, who's cheaper? Not that that matters for the Pittsburgh Steelers and Mike Tomlin, but that's my only concern on a 4-day week. Do you have any concern with injury for Najee?
Sure. I think we just discussed that.
Okay. I was gone. I was getting myself a tasty beverage.
Oh, we didn't have
What'd you
a
get?
whispering
What was-
conversation while you were gone. I'm sorry.
I know. I was waiting for that. I was listening off the other
I was
side.
waiting for him to come back with a heater.
So I do have a
I
question.
thought that's
Prez.
what
Do
he
you-
was pulling out, Tony. I thought that was the surprise. I thought he was pulling out a heater.
There it is.
Prez, do you have a camera that is separate from your computer, or do you use your computer camera for?
Did you
this
miss
show?
our conversation when we started?
Did you just call me Bryce?
No, Prez.
You said Bryce.
He said Prez.
Roll
I
it
heard
back.
he said Prez.
Okay.
No,
Yes,
you
I
said
do.
that.
I do now. Because the FaceTime camera is egregious on this new MacBook Pro Flex.
Okay.
It makes you look like an 11-year-old girl. People were saying, "Oh, you put makeup on. You did your eyes."
I'm just trying to
You got
figure out how
both-
you're getting the thumbs. I don't have a MacBook personally, but
Oh,
I'm-
because
MacBook, I want to get mine.
because no matter what camera it is, I guess the signs are going through your MacBook, not through the actual camera. So I guess you can
Got it.
still do the gestures.
Okay.
I'm using a Logitech Brio. This is brought to you by Logitech. Hey, we're gonna get you one, Phallic. We're gonna get you a whole kit. Lighting, camera,
no,
iPhone.
no.
Oh,
Well,
come
iPhone
on.
maybe.
iPhone,
No.
company
I told-
phone.
So I told
Alex is
my
an
I told my
Android.
wife.
He's a green bird.
I
Oh,
told
did
my
you-
wife about the iPhone that she showed me something, and I was like, maybe I do need an iPhone. Is somebody replied to a text message in a group chat, and it skipped over me and went back up or something like that, and connected to there, and I didn't understand what was going on, and I was like, I may get an iPhone if it has that like link that shows the reply link to it. That's very. I like that organization level of an iPhone if that's an actual case.
Tony Phallic needs to get that app that they just put out there so he can, even though he
Yeah,
has
that's
an
what John
Android.
had. That's what Stats had yesterday, and I love that Stats sent me a blue text yesterday, and I had a full Woody.
Ooh, there's an app that I can use now.
To
Yeah,
send
there's
a
an
blue
app.
text.
I'll send it to you, Phallic. I sent
All
it
right.
to my brother.
That's an interesting question. Taking shots on
Coming
Malik
back on
Cunningham
in the
tonight,
MacBook.
anybody?
I gotta test this.
I think you could do 3 big rules and get really close to the winning build tonight. And the third rule I'm going to do, I think I'm going to say one of the New England running backs is going to be on the final lineup. See you, Tony. Where'd he go?
He's getting on the
He's getting
MacBook so he can do
MacBook.
thumbs up and stuff.
Can we talk about Tony for a second?
What about his
I
big
mean,
head?
it's gone to his head. Phallic knows
Big
it.
head.
We talked about this earlier. Yeah, big head. It's my show. I'm doing the way I want. I get.
Yep. He's an enforcer.
That is a really
very
big
mean
toe.
too.
Look at the difference. See, now he
Oh
looks
my
like you have makeup on.
goodness.
See,
Yes, yes. You keep it up. What up?
you look not real. You look like you're in a simulation.
Tony, step back from your camera.
I can't, but you know how my desk is. There's nowhere to go.
You look 7 years old.
Maybe I am. What's the other one? How do I do it?
Oh, the balloons!
Woo!
Laugh, Phallic. It's funny. Come on.
Yes. We got a smile from Phallic
Again.
again.
It's just the camera picture and the look of him right now is just the best part of it, is how different the picture is with him now.
Terry cannot talk today, Big T. He cannot talk today. Terry made a big mistake last night in announcements.
What do you do?
Man.
I don't know. Big T
It
was
looks
telling
great.
me about it.
Love that view, they say. It does look
Does-
funny how it's this
Doesn't he
low.
look like he's on like a kid show from like the 1990s? It doesn't
So
look
good.
real. Your background doesn't look real.
I know, that's why I just said it. It looks fake. It's the background that's making me laugh more than anything else.
One thumbs down is something.
Do the thumbs down.
Big T, you look good. Yes, he does look good.
I lost my touch.
It
I don't think
doesn't
I can
like
do
the
thumbs down. My thumbs down looks weird.
This is such a weird view.
It
of you.
looks weird.
Oh, it won't happen.
Thumbs down.
Yeah.
Yeah, dislike.
Oh, what's that?
Oh,
Rain?
there it is.
Rain.
Oh, a little dark.
It's
A
raining.
dark rain.
I've never seen Tony
Jockey.
so happy right now. And,
I'm
Guys
very
drinking a
happy
margarita
that
and
it's
smacking
happening.
cigs. Josh D's always up in my grill. Always. It's all
I
right.
do look like I'm like in 3D or something. Why does it
It's
look like
it's like me last week. It was so weird.
this show is entertaining?
Is it?
We've taken the freaking football game and now we're putting thumbs up for rain.
I mean, listen, this football game is going to be probably not that entertaining. So I'm glad we could provide a little entertainment for the people who are going to end
Josh
up
D's
watching
always
tonight
coming
and
for
hating
him.
their life.
It
That's
may
a
be
fact.
part of the bit, but Josh D has a real,
Bean Air has a very unique clock. He says that lock is for the NBA is in 50 minutes. I don't think it is. I think we have 57 minutes, but
Facts.
facts. Imagine
Facts.
making a mistake.
All right. Any cheapies that you guys like? I mean, we talked about most of these guys. We talked about the Thornton, Allen Robinson. We all kind of agreed we didn't really like. Ty Montgomery, I saw the chat bring up. Any of these guys down past there that you guys like?
if either of Juju or Devontae Parker are out, I think that Jalen Reagor is in play. I think that puts Mike Gesicki in play as well.
I refuse to let you play Jalen Reagor in any slate.
I'm just
I
we're
refuse.
asking a question. I'm trying to
Even
answer.
for you who likes contrarian plays, I refuse to let you play Jalen Reagor.
Jesus.
He couldn't get double digits in a high school game.
I agree with you. I even have like value on Gesicki at 2 points projected. But he has, I mean, he's playing fewer snaps than Pharaoh Brown. He played 6 snaps last game. Have they just given up on this dude?
Yes.
Those are the
Yes.
plays from New England that we don't need to play that many guys.
I don't know. This is great.
I agree. I agree.
I said if you need to go there,
You don't need to.
I agree with you. I'm
Well,
not
don't
going-
say it then.
He wants you to say you hate the entire range. That's what he
Yeah.
wants you to say.
You don't need to go there. That's the point.
He likes Jalen Reagor, Tony. Leave him alone.
No, he
likes
doesn't. I refuse
Yes,
to
he
believe
does.
that.
He said he likes Jalen Reagor.
If both
Oh.
of them or one of them is out, he could get the touchdown you're talking about.
Does Devontae Parker outscore Boswell? If he does, we got problems. Well, Phallic won't have problems.
I think Boswell outscores him, but
I definitely got Parker
Phallic is
projected higher than
absolutely at the gate right now.
you got
with the
Parker
skeleton
projected
team.
higher than Boswell?
I want skill players. I want these skill guys.
I mean, who
Well, that's
else
where I'm
does New
with
England
Fallon.
go
I
to
like
except
Parker.
for Parker? That's the
I didn't say I didn't like Parker. I didn't love him in the captain, but I can play him. But
Like
Boswell, I
he
definitely
could
have.
catch a 50-yard touchdown, Parker.
Where's Devontae Parker? I got him at.
you look like you're
I got
commanding the
Devontae Parker
spaceship.
at 7. I got Boswell at 9.
Look at it. It's so weird. Get a steering wheel like this.
I'm embracing the bit. I could get back on my desktop, but I'm staying just for the fun.
I've seen you like
shadows
that.
from the
Just
top of
for
the
the
hat.
fun, he said. Just for the fun.
I actually hate how I'm sitting right now, but I'm still doing
Dude,
it.
you look so much like you look so big for your like setup that you have right now.
Not the only
Just
thing that looks
towering.
big, John.
Oh, is B. McNair still in the bathtub?
I gotta text your wife and tell her she needs to get a dog for Christmas.
she
Texting her right now.
said it at lunch, and she was like, I've quietly been researching it for a few months now.
Absolutely. I think we got it tonight. I think we absolutely have it. I'm completely dialed in.
Yeah, we would sling him out of there quick, scary creations. He would be the first out of that ring. We'd pitch his little ass right out of there.
Oh, the Twin
I'm
Towers.
Hey,
sorry, what?
Tony, did you make a drop
what?
off on your way to wherever you went to lunch with your wife, dropping off something at FedEx?
What do you think, Fallick? You think you're going to have it in time?
I definitely do. I know you're going to take care of me.
What are we getting him?
He's getting gear for his NFL final next week. Some Run Pure gear when he's
Hell
in
yeah.
the winner's circle.
Thought you'd want me wearing a Run Pure something when I win $2.5 million.
Absolutely. Wait till we see the coordinator gifts this year. Oh yeah, baby.
I think I have mine sitting here somewhere from last year. I use the blanket. I use the blanket when it gets too cold in my office sometimes.
So
Solid.
we talked about this. I think 2 is certainly going to be viable. I think.
I think 2 is like a necessity.
I think 2 is a necessity.
Yeah.
I think 3 will be rare only because Harris and his knee injury puts me way more on Warren. But
You still have the Harris touchdown equity, though, where if they get down in there, I mean, Harris still has a good chance at a touchdown.
man, if Trubisky runs one in, he's in Captainville, baby. He is in
Tony,
Captainville.
I just told Amber that you said on air that you wanted a dog. I just texted her.
He does want a dog.
Thank
She's
you.
not going to believe you.
Alec, do you have a dog?
Your lunch.
No,
2
I
dogs.
just texted her. I said he's getting closer. I could tell. You need to just do it. You just got to do it.
She gave me her word today. She said, "I will not do it to you."
No, she didn't. She did
unless
not
you
give
say
you
it's
her word.
okay, I will not do it. She said that.
Amber, it'll be okay.
I'm
a
so
little
tilted
dog,
by
though.
seeing
It'll be
Tony right now on this camera.
Got to get a little dog. If you surprise him with a big dog, he's gonna be pissed.
If I do get one, I would definitely want to see it before it comes home.
That's fair.
I just
Ash.
heard that was a new step that I've never heard.
Huh?
I've never heard you say anything of like if I. There's never been an if.
Courtney's puppy dog eyes do get to me.
Reggie, do you want to go hang out with Tony for a week and let him see what
No.
being a dog?
I will definitely.
owner is like?
Wiley's dog has a better chance at selling me. I do not
Oh,
want a
yeah.
big dog.
You sure? Dude, those shits you got to go pick up out there, man. They're
Well, I'm not picking. That will be one thing I also agree on. I will not be picking that up.
does it after
How
a while
big
you
are
just get
Felix
used to it.
dogs?
Does
I
Fallon
have
have
a-
dogs?
I have a
Two of
20-pound
them, he
one
said.
and a 80-pound one, 75-pound one.
Is
Oh,
that
you got
big? Like how big?
that's
How big's Reggie?
Oh, he's 125 pounds.
125. And Felix, they're 80 and what?
20.
Yeah. I would say Phallics are like the just above average size, so he's like decently big. Reggie's like the big dogs, and then 20 is like small. You know, you probably want like anywhere from like 20 to 40 pounds, Tony. You don't want more than a 40-pound dog.
Big T's got that dog in him. He's got that dog in him.
The
We-
X-ray
hey,
dog,
have
yeah.
you? I'm just wondering, Prez, have you put out a application for needing a new person to fill Bobby H's role now that he's a Twitter star? Have you had to put anything out now?
Oh, Bobby and H and I had a very good meeting last week, and Bobby H is RPS for life. For life.
Did you just? Did you see what happened a few days ago?
I
though,
saw
with
it. I saw it. Big T was texting me. He's,
I've never
pound
seen
for
a
pound,
post
Bobby
of him.
H gets a lot of interaction on Twitter. He's awesome.
What do you? I don't even know what you guys are talking about. What are you
Oh
talking
God,
about?
nothing tilts me more than JSU.
Kyle,
Oh.
Kyle Kuzma
No,
posted
period.
like at.
Oh.
Oh
No,
my.
JSU has never had Excel or Twitter.
And I have to think about that other thing you posted in our chat with Twitter. I'll think about it. I don't know if I'm gonna do
Why
that.
does
I don't
Big
even
T
know
look
what I
like he's
posted.
sitting in a high chair?
Oh my God.
Where's your peas? Eat your peas, Big T. You're not gonna get
Have I
any
told you
dessert.
the pea story?
No,
You just randomly said peas. Have you ever heard my pea story?
no,
You have, haven't you? How'd
no.
you just randomly bring that up? When I was a kid,
Oh God.
my dad said you can't leave the
Can
table
I-
until you eat your peas.
Can I
Just
share
how
my
you just
screen,
said
please?
that. Were you just drinking milk? Was that
What?
milk?
I haven't drank milk in 44
What
years.
was that drink? Why are the
Can
ice cubes
someone
so
approve?
big?
Yeah, what's in there?
Why are they that big? The cubes.
Johnny, approve
Yes.
my screen share, please.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh God. Oh God.
All right, approved.
Oh Jesus!
Oh,
Why is
white
there
mode?
no night mode? Take it off if there's no
This
night
is-
mode.
This is Android and
He
white.
said don't
It starts with Kyle Kuzma,
Yeah,
Q&A,
green
I
text
got
and
time.
white Twitter.
And the response that was given, the question that he gave was, after playing with Jordan Poole, do you get why
Clayton.
Draymond punched him? And he's had 8.3 million views, 5,800 retweets, just 71,000 likes on it,
JSU
just
is not
1,000
impressed,
bookmarks.
Didn't put giblets
Is that
44
a
in there as a
lot?
code.
Is that a lot? I need a Twitter person to tell me if
I
that's
think
a
you
lot.
know
Is that a lot?
8.3 million is a lot of anything.
8.3 million.
That's good. Bobby Hare gets it done, baby. That's Bobby
He
Hare.
does
That's
get
why
it
we
done.
signed into a long-term deal. That's
For
why I'm the
life.
GM of the
That's
GM of the
what Prez
year.
does.
He's signed. He was signed before that tweet.
None from
Let's
K
go.
Phallic. It's very true,
Look
NYDN
at that.
fan. I
Look at
just
that.
liked it.
Amber gets back to me faster than Tony when I text him.
Oh.
I mean, that's how you do it right there. Just
You
the
guys
kinda
are
worried
you
about
guys
that,
are
Big
just
T?
being mean.
Kind of worried about that?
Ah.
JC's texting your wife?
Oh,
You guys are
100%.
allowed?
Amber's freaking cool. What do you mean? Amber's the best.
Wiley texts her more than you do.
Does he?
True.
Yeah, I'm laying in
I
bed
mean,
last
she's
night.
awesome.
She's like,
I don't blame you.
I'm laying in bed next to her. She's like, oh, I'm just texting Wiley. I'm like, huh? What do you mean you're texting Wiley? We're in bed.
Yep. She's like, help me convince my husband to get a dog.
I want to read this text out loud, but just due to the privacy of me and Amber's text, I will not read it out loud just for her out of respect.
What's wrong with these
All right.
cubes? These cubes are great. They're
No.
clean.
Alec, tell him about the cubes.
Clayton McLean, you're right. No salmonella.
Those cubes are way too big.
Whatever. Did the ghost move
that
the door?
fan, Tony, is killing me right now. It is
Huh?
just it is killing me. Your
What?
fan in the ceiling.
Don't you
You're
worry
see-
about it. I'll put it up even more.
Oh,
What now?
I never even noticed that.
What are you going to do now, Alec?
Ah!
Oh, this is this is great content.
Oh, we see the top of the ladder.
What?
The fan swipes them. The fan knocks people down.
Sorry,
Oh
what?
my
JC?
goodness. All right,
good content?
NBA.
How do we get our plays of the day? Let's
We gotta
go.
get.
Let's out.
So we can't skip the plays of the day. We've
Yeah.
almost done this like 3 different.
You guys
times.
can
As
do
long
your
as
NBA
Alec
takes after
doesn't
I'm done
say
the
some
show.
dust ball, we're good.
So Wiley, we
Bell
got to
star.
give our plays of the
Bell
day.
star. Coats.
Do you want to start with the play of the day?
Yeah, I do. I will start with the play of the day. Is Jalen Warren captain? Are you gonna make fun of me for that play
This
of the day?
game, you're allowed to say whatever you want,
Okay,
El
fine.
Prez.
Why are we making fun of Jalen Warren captain? We're all on
Because
board
you
with
make
it.
fun of me
He
all the
likes
time,
these
every
talky
play.
ass dudes, but that's fine here.
I want Big T to finish this P story. Okay, 2 things. One, this is brought to you by Coal Fired Pizza. Coal Fired Pizza.
I got in
Ask
trouble.
for it
Stop
today.
trying to get me in trouble with Donato's bill. You're trying to get me in trouble again.
No. You go to your
I got scolded last time. He said no more discounts on your pizza. You're not allowed to come into Donato's. You were pumping another place. You're trying to get me in trouble here.
You go to Donato's and ask for it coal-fired, and if he doesn't give it coal-fired, that's not your problem. That's his problem. Grab yourself one today. Barrel-aged coal-fired. My play of the day is Captain Jalen Warren. Actually, play of the day is Jalen Warren everywhere, all day, today.
Love it.
Giblets 44 is the code. 44% off.
Look at, we got 444 viewers right now, baby. Woo!
At 4:15 p.m. Yes, it's great. Phallic, your play of the day.
We have a new host, do we? Devontae Parker.
There you go. Get on. I like that. He even smiled at his own joke, too. I like that. We got a smile from him.
Okay, JS, go ask Phallic his play of the day.
Phallic, what's your play of the day? I already know what it is because I knew it before the show even started. Who Phallic's play of the day was?
I very much appreciate you asking me who my play of the day is. It is Darrell Washington.
It's who?
Darnell or Darrell? I don't even know if it's Darnell or Darrell.
Darnell Washington. You're not playing Darnell Washington.
No. It's Devontae Parker.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
You should have said Jermichael Hasty.
Yeah. So I gave out.
That would have been a good plot twist.
I gave out my 3 captain plays. I think that my play of the day, though, will be, and it seems like I'm higher on this guy than these guys are, but Chris Boswell. This could be a 4 field goal game for Mr. Boswell. So,
where the hell did Phallic go?
He left. He wanted to give his play of the day, and then just fucking left.
He got mad
the heater's back. I see the heater.
No, you're supposed to give your play of the day and then do that, dude. Jeez.
Tony's acting like a petulant 5-year-old.
All right, Anthony.
That's how I felt about Chris Boswell.
Oh, you left on Boswell. I like that.
I
look like you need a bib on or something.
You drinks a glass of water with no ice in it. God, it tilts me. Look at that cup. There's no ice in it, Wiley. I made fun of your big cubes. He doesn't even have cubes.
Pubes? Cubes.
He might have pubes. I don't know about pubes, but I know he doesn't have cubes.
Got those for sure.
Big T's rolling around in his high chair. He needs a bib.
Will you give your damn play of the day so we can get
It's
the
hard, man. I'm looking for it. I'm looking for my play of the
No
day.
cubes? What's wrong with you?
I definitely don't.
He wants to give the play of the day. I mean, come on.
Come on, the cigarette bit's blowing out.
My play of the day. Tyquan Thornton, baby. Tyquan Thornton. I love the price. I'm in on Tyquan Thornton. Captain.
So we just gave out the 3 best plays and then Phallic's play. Jalen Warren, Chris Boswell, Tyquan Thornton. All great plays. And then Devontae Parker's okay too. So look at that right there. I like it. It's a 4 really good and okay play from the panel. So I'm on board with it. Prez, are you going to stay and talk some hoops?
Nope.
No.
Do I just leave now? Is that what I do? Just walk away? I'll just sit here.
Finish the heaters.
I'm just going to smoke your cigarette. We'll just watch you smoke for a little bit while you're.
I'm just going to sit here and watch you talk about NBA.
Yeah.
We'll just watch you smoke for a little bit. All right, so this is the part of the show where we will transition to the NBA talk. We got 2 games in hoops today. One game starts at 5, so we got about 40 minutes till lock. I know I still got to get my cores up, which I will do after I throw it to one of these guys here. But got 2 good games, man. 2 good games to figure out who goes to the finals here. First game, Pacers and Bucks, 5-point spread. Massive total in this one. I think it's up to 257, if I remember correctly. So huge total. And then second game of the night is going to be another really good game. Different game styles, though. I think one game we're going to see a lot of offense. One game we're going to see much better defense, a little slower pace. But Pelicans and the Lakers, and that game, I think it's close spread too. I think it's like 2, if I remember correctly, 2 or 3. So I think the Lakers are favored. Hopefully Tony comes back on his actual computer this time.
Yeah, I think that's the plan.
One game is going to be the chalk game for sure. I mean, well, there's only 2 games. So obviously, but the Pacers, Bucks, I think everyone wants to play that game. Everyone understands the NBA, the totals, the fact that the Pacers have been playing these great upbeat, fast-paced games, and people want to attack it. And what they did was the prices on these guys went down a little, Alex. So they almost made it easier to fit some of these guys in, which I thought made it interesting for this slate here, which I don't mind, honestly. But I think that we see two really good games. I think these games are close. And I think the Lakers win the in-season tournament too, but just throwing that out there. But what do you think here with these two games, and who do you like? Obviously with these two games, who do you like to win?
I think the two teams win. Milwaukee, LA, exciting stuff.
I mean, it'll be exciting if they win.
No, yeah.
Why? Just because of the favorites? I mean, it's
no. I think it's just going to be a nice chalky finals.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, listen, these four teams are four good teams, so like I'd be fine with any of these guys winning. I think these teams are close. I think the Pacers actually give the Bucks a ton of problems. I think they match up decently with the Bucks. The problem with the Pacers is they just have nobody who can stop Giannis. So this could be a just explosion Giannis spot where he drops like 50 or something like that. He could just absolutely dominate scoring. But Tony, who do you like here in this game? You've been high on the Pacers. I know you like them. You bet them last time out. And then you got the Lakers with LeBron. And I said it the first game they played. This is the one thing LeBron in his career, he's won everything. He has not won an in-season tournament trophy, and he probably only has so many years to win one. So I think they're gonna go hard for this trophy here.
Yep, it's definitely a tricky spot for me because I picked the Lakers to win the thing, and we got in all these pools on DraftKings, and we're sitting very good with Lakers, Bucks in the finals, and we're going to win a decent chunk of change if that happens. So I think that the problem for me, though, is everyone thinks that. Literally everyone thinks Lakers. It's like the squarest side I think I've ever seen in a bet in a long time in an NBA side. And the spread's only 2. I mean, they're just going to get no action on New Orleans in that spot. Everyone thinks the Lakers. I think Milwaukee wins for sure. Let me say that to start out with.
Well, Milwaukee
I love Indiana.
Is like the most bet team on the slate. Like Milwaukee, I think they said 80.
Yeah, 80 I mean everyone's going to bet Milwaukee.
Of the money is on Milwaukee money line or something like that. Like everyone is betting Milwaukee, correct. Which I honestly think is more of the mistake because I think the Pacers give Milwaukee more problems. Just in general, as a team constructed, I think Indiana gives a lot of problems to the Bucks and what they struggle with. Because what have they struggled with this year so far? Defensive transition. And what do the Pacers do really well? Run in transition, man. So it's just I think it sets up as a tougher spot than what people see. They see Tyrese Halliburton being amazing, but like as a team, I think this team gives them problems.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tricky spot. In New Orleans, I'm super high on New Orleans too. I mean, it's tough for me. I definitely think New Orleans is the sharp side, even though I want the Lakers to win. I'll probably even bet New Orleans just because I'm going to win a lot if the Lakers win the tournament, or at least a pretty good chunk. So I'll probably bet something on New Orleans tonight. New Orleans scares me. They're just deep and good, and I think they give the Lakers some issues too with like Herb Jones. I like their matchups, but yeah, LeBron looked so good the other night, like so freaking good, and you can tell he wants to win this thing. I love LeBron, AD. Austin Reeves looks like the man too. I'm fearful. I hope I'll be rooting for Milwaukee and the Lakers because it'll make a great final and my money. But my official picks for tonight, I think, are Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee. I like Indiana too, but I just can't see them winning outright. I can see them covering. I can't see them winning outright, though. I just can't see them beating you. I just don't think they'll be able to get enough stops. I think Giannis is going to be able to do what he wants, and I think they'll win. And I think New Orleans is a sharp play, even though I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, that's fair. I will say one thing. If anyone watched the Bucks-Knicks game, I said this at one of our other, I think it was the Up to Lock show with me and Fallon. The Knicks played a perfect offensive first half, and they were down at halftime to the Bucks. And then what happened in the second half? They did not play a perfect second half offensively, and they got rolled. And that's the thing with the Bucks is you got to be so consistent when they're on specifically, and you got to be consistent for the whole game. You can't be spotty. And the Knicks were spotty. They had a great first half, and then in the second half, everything came crashing down. Julius Randle wasn't, owning Giannis. Giannis got him in foul trouble a little bit, actually, and some of these other guys. They started attacking him because they were like he was being the aggressor, and then they decided they were going to be the aggressor. And it completely flipped. It changed from a close game to them absolutely just owning them in the second half. So that's what the Bucks can do. If they want to do that to the Pacers, like Tony said, they definitely can. I just will say it, this Pacers team is, man, they're just they're a game team. I like their players. Tony, we talked about it before the season started. We like some of these Pacers guys. We like the additions. So yeah, I think they cover for sure, and I think they got a decent chance to win. But yeah, so I like the Lakers, and I mean the Bucks probably win, but I think the Pacers cover. So
the chances are likely of Indiana or New Orleans winning. So if you like Indiana, I think you just go with it. Take Indiana and the Lakers, and I mean every conventional wisdom says it's Milwaukee Lakers, but it's in Vegas, neutral sites in Vegas. Like you just don't get the same thing as home court at places.
I just have I feel very strongly with the fact that Giannis drops like 40 tonight. Like Giannis is gonna drop the hammer on this Indiana team.
There's just no way around that part.
Yeah. So listen, it's Tyrese Halliburton could also drop the hammer on the other side. So one thing I know for a fact is last slate, if you guys watched the show, I said LeBron over all the studs. I thought it was like the easiest LeBron spot of all time. He smashed. I think this slate, the studs you want to play are for sure on the first game side, or for sure the Milwaukee side. LeBron's a fine play, but I just think, like Tony said, New Orleans defensively, I think I want to be more on the side of the game that I think the dog team definitely covers, or I feel like they cover, and I think they have a good chance to at least have a shot to win the game. And I got studs in it, so I'm going to be more on the studs from that first game. I assume that's where most people will go, but I don't know. I thought LeBron was going to be higher owned than what he was on I thought he was going to be higher than 30% on the last slate, and he wasn't. So maybe I'm wrong there. What do you guys think of these studs? Fallick, I'll throw it to you first.
I'm trying to force in Giannis and Anthony Davis tonight on DraftKings.
Tony?
Yeah.
I mean, Giannis for sure. I have number one. I mean, this pace in this first game is just going to be absurd. So I actually am going to throw a curveball and say my number two is Dame at 9,200 just because of price, where he's just significantly cheaper than all of those other guys. AD's 11.2, Bron's 10.6. Halliburton's way up there, close to Jan. I mean, I love Halliburton. Don't get me wrong. 11.6 though. Woo, doggy. That's up there. That's up there where you need very big game on this slate. I mean, you need 65 plus at that price. So I actually like Dame as my number two.
That's the FanDuel pricing.
God, I've done that 3 straight shows now where I have FanDuel up and I don't know him on FanDuel. So I didn't mean to be talking about it, and I'm glad you just said that because that's 3 straight times I've done that.
So on DraftKings, he's 10.6 just to make sure.
Well, let me reevaluate now that I got the accurate.
Let me, JSU. Yeah. I think that the question becomes is there any value that's in play? I know we're jumping, but is there any value in play that you can think of or that you see that makes it so you can play these guys that we're talking about, multiple of them? Because we know this is like the playoffs, so there's opportunity for these studs to just go off, and playing some cheapies that can get you 10 points may get you there.
So, and clearly, there were certain instances where guys didn't play as much. We saw, I'll give you an example, but Andrew Nemhard. I think everyone thought he was going to play a little more than he did. He didn't. TJ McConnell actually came in and took his first run, and he didn't come in until later in the game. So, and he only played like a couple minutes. And don't be shocked in this matchup, because remember, it's a different matchup here. You know, the Bucks were or the Pacers were playing, you know, last game than they were this game, where you're talking about like they were playing Boston. Now they're playing a team in Milwaukee that's got a ton of size. Don't be shocked if Isaiah Jackson plays, you know, in this spot here, as opposed to maybe TJ McConnell. Maybe he gets 10 minutes. All right. The point though is you got to live with that guy playing like 10 to 12 minutes, Valak, because I don't think you're getting much more than that from a cheap bench guy. And because I think all these starters are going to get their minutes really pushed unless there's foul trouble. Like all these guys, even Miles Turner, he played 34 minutes where he averages like 29 minutes a night, and he played 34. It's like, well, if he's playing 34, the maximum amount of minutes you could give Isaiah Jackson is like 14. That's the max. You know what I mean? I don't even know if he plays 14, but I'm just saying, like, you know, we can't give him too many minutes. So I'm not trying to jam in a ton of these guys, but I definitely think you can take shots on some of these, you know, some of these guys, you know, play a little bit here and there. I'm not forcing in more than one though. AJ Green came off the bench for the Bucks and gave him good minutes, hit a few threes. He's 3,300. I don't know if he plays again, but I don't know why he wouldn't. He gave him a spark actually in that first quarter, and you know, when they were, you know, struggling a little bit. So maybe him. Like I said, Isaiah Jackson, I think the spot sets up for Bojkamp. Played a decent amount of run. He's not a good point per minute guy, but he got good run, and it's a good matchup. So I think you can go to him. You know, Najee Marshall didn't play as much. I think that has a lot to do with the fact that Trey Murphy's there now. Jose Alvarado's healthy. You know, and they're still trying to push their main guys decent minutes. So, you know, Dyson Daniels took a big hit 2 minutes wise. That's what I mean. You're starting to see those benches tighten up and thin out a little bit. So I would honestly almost try and make a rule, like stick to like one of those guys max when building your teams.
Again, I'm trying to, looking at what Tony was saying, I'm looking at a build that is Lillard, Giannis, and Anthony Davis, all three together. And I don't know. I'm used to playing that way for these situations. So
yeah. I mean, so you got 3 studs, what you're saying? Who was it?
I'm trying.
I think 3's a little much, but I think you're going to miss out on some of this mid-tier value, in my opinion, like Herb Jones, Trey Murphy, Benedict Mathurin is cheap. Spot sets up well for someone like him. They need shooters. They need shooters around for sure against Milwaukee. Aaron Nesmith played a good amount. Didn't play that well, but still 4,600 cheap. Could play 30 minutes. So I don't know. I think I'm going to play 2 studs personally. That's just me. But Tony, what do you see here from this first game? What are you looking at?
So I was just running my numbers as you guys were talking. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to overproject Giannis, overproject Dame. I mean, basically overproject all of these Milwaukee guys. I love Malik Beasley. Beasley was my favorite the other night. I freaking love Beasley against a team like Indiana when you're up in pace and you're going to get good looks as they're focused on Dame and Giannis. Beasley in that mid-range too. He plays a ton of minutes. I love Beasley, and he's not even going to be that high owned either because of his price. So I love him. And then, I mean, the 2 cheapies, you can throw them in there. I don't think you get much, but you also might not need much, because if these studs get you way, way up there, I mean, AJ Green at 3,300, if he gets you like 10, honestly, it could be enough on this slate, because there's just not that much upside with these prices. So AJ Green could DNP too. Don't make no mistake about it. Just because he played doesn't mean he's going to play again. But he's 3,300 and he can shoot against a team that is going to leave open shooters. So I don't hate it. I don't hate campaign. I mean, this is a massive total. So if I'm going to gamble on cheap guys, it's definitely going to be in the first game for me, where it's just a massive total and you just don't know what they're going to do. I like all of Milwaukee, though. I don't think there's a single guy I don't like. I like all of Milwaukee, even the cheapies. I don't love Beauchamp, but these guys are in the 3Ks, so I'm good with them. I'm okay with them. Indiana, I think, is a little dicier. Halliburton at 10-6, I feel like it's too expensive, even though I love him. I just think you might need a little bit more than that with AD and these guys in that range. Miles Turner, I think you could definitely go to. Buddy. Bruce Brown, I love Bruce Brown in that mid-range. So I somehow missed the main 15, so I'm only in that 333 today. I got 3 teams, and I'm going to do one mid-tier build because I love the mid-tier. Bruce Brown, Mathurin, Obi, all these guys I like in there. And then I'm going to do a build for sure like Phallic where I play 3 studs, I punt some guys, and maybe it works out, maybe it doesn't. And then I'm going to play one where it's kind of a little mixture where it's the best. So I like the mid one the best, though. I mean, a lot of these mid-tier guys I like a ton. Bruce Brown. And then in the next game, I mean, 2 of my favorite mid-tiers, Herb and Murphy. Murphy's like a lock to me. 4,900. And honestly, Alvarado's close to a lock to me at 4,200. He played 18 minutes only, but 24 fantasy points on a slate with no value. And I think he gets another boost as these games get because of the way he plays. He just plays so hard, and I love him in this environment. He's going to rise up in this environment. I know he is. So
who is that?
Alvarado.
Alvarado.
At 4,200, I just love that. I like him way more than those 3K guys. Granted, he's a little more expensive, but I also think he's safe for 15 fantasy points plus, which is pretty good at 4,200 on this slate. I mean, Trey Murphy's like a lock, and McCollum's my favorite of their spend ups. Zion's a full fade for me. It's a nightmare matchup going against AD for him. I think he's too small. He's like 6'4". He's too small for AD. I do not like Zion here. I don't even like Ingram all that much, but he's fine. He's just he's in a tough price range where 8K for Ingram's just tough on this slate, so I won't get much there. I love AD. I love LeBron. I do like AD more than LeBron tonight. The other night I like LeBron more, I think. Tonight I like AD more because Herb's going to be on LeBron a decent amount. I don't like that matchup, even though LeBron, he's cooking right now. I'm not saying don't play LeBron because I like LeBron too, but you can't play all these guys. I'm going to rank him for sure behind Giannis, AD, Dame, all those guys. So Austin Reeves, another mid-range guy that I like a lot. Jared Vanderbilt looked good to me the other night. Another value guy that, believe me, I don't think Jared Vanderbilt's getting us 20, but I think he can get us 15. And again, that on this slate is huge. Like if you guaranteed me 15 from Vanderbilt, I'd play him on every team I made. Even if I made 1,000 teams, I'd play him on every team. That gives you so much in that cheap range on this slate. So that's where I'm at. I'm definitely highest on the Milwaukee with Bruce Brown, with Murphy and Alvarado and Herb. That's where I like that build.
Yeah, so I'm with you on like the New Orleans guys. I think that are honestly like the guys I want to play from New Orleans. There's like 3. Trey Murphy's 1. Herb Jones is 2, Jose Alvarado's 3. So they're all like mid-tier and cheap guys. But that's because like I want to get 1 or 2 of those guys in my builds with jamming in 6 or 7 from Milwaukee, Indiana is exactly what I want to do. So unfortunately, the team I end up fading is the team I like, the Lakers. But again, you can like a team to win, but at the same time, fade them. Like I think on these 2-game slates, you got to find a team that you're just out on. I did it with Phoenix, and it worked out for me last slate. I'm going to do it here again. It's going to be the Lakers, unfortunately. Like the one guy that would fit my builds is Austin Reeves, but I'm just probably not going to get to him. So that's my plan here on this slate is I'm going to probably fade the Lakers and go with the mid-tier New Orleans guys and fill up Milwaukee, Indiana, and ride that game out. I think, like these guys are saying, a lot of the shooters from Indiana I like, and then Milwaukee, one guy you shouldn't forget too, I think for Milwaukee is Bobby Portis. Because even in 20 minutes, this guy could put up a double-double, and he's 5,400. So I think he's a decent play, even in the limited run. I don't think he gets big minutes, unless like Giannis and/or Brook get in foul trouble. But I think even in 22 to 24 minutes, I think he could give you, 30 plus fantasy points in the spot here. That's going to be really fast paced. So I like him a little bit. And I think this slate's pretty cut and dry, boys. Honestly, like you got good mid tier. You load up the mid tier, play one or two studs, find your favorite value. There's the slate right there. That's what I'm doing anyway. So
I was about to say that's what you're doing.
That's exactly what I'm doing. What are you doing, Fallick? You gonna play 3 studs and play no mid tier? That's definitely what Fallick's doing. The opposite of what JSE is doing.
I can still fit in Trey Murphy. I can still
because he's a fringe value play. Like he's, technically maybe he's mid tier, but like he's closer to a value play. I think.
I must say that FanDuel is completely different than DraftKings.
Tell me about it. When I was looking at the pricing, the first 10 minutes of us talking about the show.
Yeah, it's a completely different world over there.
We'll talk about it. Talk about it. Why it's a little different and what you're doing.
The big thing is that the high price guys are the high price guys now. You got Anthony Davis, who's 11-2 on FanDuel, 9.6. Giannis is 12.1 versus 11. Tyrese Halliburton, 11.6 versus 10.6. LeBron, 10.6 versus 9.8. So it may force you into taking those level below it because it's hard for those guys to hit the points you need them to because the value also is not that great. Malik Beasley's your probably best price guy at 5,200. And from there, it's just everybody is priced, I would say, fairly overall for the slate. Even Trey Murphy's $600 more expensive on FanDuel than DraftKings.
I still consider these guys underpriced though. Like Alvarado at 4-1 is like a lock for me.
Yeah, that's so. There are a total of 1, 2, 3. There's a total of 12 guys that are priced lower on FanDuel than they are on DraftKings. I don't want to go through all of them necessarily. I can, but you got Zion, you got Jonas Valanciunas, Buddy Hield, Austin Reeves, Obi, who I think Obi's a much better play on FanDuel anyways. Jose Alvarado, Rui, Najee Marshall, Beauchamp, Taurean Prince, Nembhard, and Malik Beasley are all cheaper on FanDuel than DraftKings. So those guys are more in play. But again, it's the challenge is you got these freaking high price guys that are very high priced. So makes it hard, in my opinion.
All right. I was just putting up my core here. Tony, anything else from you for FanDuel?
So a couple of my differences between the sites are Bruce Brown, I love on DK, but he's more expensive than Buddy on FanDuel. I would rather play Buddy, especially Buddy's two position eligible too. Some of those guys I like are much better on DK than FanDuel. I mean, Beasley's a lock for me. Dame's basically a lock for me at 9-2 on FanDuel. But like guys like Brook Lopez, Bobby Portis, I think is underpriced on FanDuel at 5,400. I actually really like Bobby Portis. And then you do have guys that you can roll the dice on. Like I love rolling the dice on 3,500 guys on FanDuel where like Beauchamp, for example, I don't love by any means, but he's 3,500 and it just gets you something where on these 2-game slates on FanDuel, there's going to be busts. And even if he busts, at least he's 3,500. And if he gets you like 10 even, like you're just in pretty good shape at that price with everybody being somewhat overpriced, especially the studs. So, I mean, it's a lot of the same stuff for me, but like I'm not paying 11-2 for Anthony Davis on my main team at least. It's just I'm going to focus on the first game and pretty much go there. But Trey Murphy and Alvarado are the 2 late guys that I have to play Trey Murphy tonight. He's just too good of a play. And honestly, Alvarado too is like a lock to me on both sides. I like how both those guys look in this format.
Yeah, I like the Alvarado call a lot. I think he's definitely going to be a good play here, especially on FanDuel. Like point guard, 4,100 on FanDuel. Like I think he's a really, really strong play over there. He fits.
And at that price,
build.
again, I know I keep saying it, but even if he gets like 16, 15, you are huge.
Yeah, literally. That's all you. That's huge on this slate. So just trying to get.
I mean, you have interest in the other night because Rui's 4,100 on DraftKings. It was his first game back, right? Or am I wrong?
Yeah, it was his first game back. He played 21 minutes, I think.
So first game back, 21 minutes, and he's a great play. So I missed him the first run through. I mean, he's going to get a boost in minutes. Going against this bigger New Orleans team, he is definitely going to get a boost in this game. Probably over sorry-ass D'Angelo Russell because they're going to want to be bigger. I actually really, really like Rui on DraftKings as one of these value guys.
Yeah, 4K fits a lot of builds. Kind of like in a way like Jose Alvarado, like he fits
exactly like him. Yep.
I think it's like a perfect way to.
I think they both have upside too. It's great. Oh, we're talking about a guys that have like floors. I think those guys have upside even.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Especially on the site like the stocks too. Upside on FanDuel. Like, yeah, those especially Jose Alvarado. I mean. I definitely like it a lot. Let's see here. Is there any other
Who's playing Chris Middleton? Anybody?
I mean, I'm going to play some Chris Middleton because I think even though he's like kind of a semi-condom play, like I think 30.
Condom plays are good on this slate though too.
Yeah, yeah. Like I don't know if he's got the massive upside to give me like the 40 burger that I want. But I think if he gets me 30, I think that could still be on the winner. Yeah. So he's just got to outscore those, enough of those guys in that range, obviously, and to not have like the triple stud builds go off. But so I'm going to play some for sure. So, and my core plays are up. Jimmy in the chat asked, can we get plays of the day? I mean, we are 13 minutes away from lock, so we probably should at least give our favorite play of the day before we get out of here. So is there anything else on the games or plays before we give our plays of the day, guys? Nope. All right. Nope. That was easy enough. Phallic, favorite play of the day. You can do like a favorite like overall play, Phallic, regardless of ownership, and then you can give like your favorite contrarian play. Let's do that.
Giannis, and I don't know if it's contrarian. That's the thing. I
Whatever.
was gonna say Benedict Mathurin is definitely not contrarian though. I'll go with Jared Vanderbilt again. Running him out again.
Jared Vanderbilt's your play of the day?
No, I was told to play contrarian. My two favorite plays are Giannis and Benedict Mathurin.
Oh, Mathurin's a perfect freaking play of the day.
That's what I said, and he was like,
He's
"No, I got to be
60% owned."
Well, it's a 2-game slate. You can't say fine. Giannis for your play of the day. You can say a guy like Mathurin.
Benedict Mathurin.
Well, Tony, so I told him to give like his favorite overall play, and then to give.
I'd rather you give Mathurin than freaking Vanderbilt.
Yeah, I agree. Mathurin's way
better play. Literally just to get other guys in. You're not playing him because you think he's like gonna crush.
No.
Yeah.
By the way, what's the ownership going to be on like Giannis? What's the ownership going to be on the studs?
I mean, I don't think they're going to be like crazy, but it is a 2-game slate, so I don't think it's going to be crazy though.
I mean, do you think Giannis comes in lower than like some of these other studs?
I mean, probably not.
Okay, interesting. For my play of the day, so I mean, I agree with Phallic. Like, if I was to give you my favorite stud, it'd be Giannis. I do think though, on FanDuel specifically, where you have Jose Alvarado in one spot, like playing Tyrese Halliburton in the other spot instead of Dame, makes sense to me because I think most people just play Dame. So I like that over on FanDuel. But then my other guy, I mean, I'm just gonna go with. I think one of the shooters for Indiana is gonna smash, and I like Benedict Mathurin a lot. But if you want to pay up and go with Buddy Hield, I think he's a good contrarian play. I think he's going to be lower owned because we're all going to play Mathurin, and I like Mathurin. I'm going to play Mathurin. But I think you could also play Hield, and I could see maybe Halliburton doesn't have the scoring tonight that he did. Maybe it's these other guys, and he has like friggin' 15 assists. By the way, his assist prop, do you guys know what it is? Any guess?
Who?
Tyrese Halliburton's assist prop.
12.
12 and a half. That dude is insane. He probably gets like 15 assists tonight. Like literally, probably gets like 15 assists. So, all right, that's my play. Yeah, it's 12 and a half. At least it was on FanDuel. So when I looked. There you go, Tony. You want to give a favorite player, contrarian player, whatever you want to do it?
My favorite play, Malik Beasley, Trey Murphy, Alvarado, 3 plays of the Rui, 4 plays of the day right there, 4 of them, just for the
Boom.
people.
You got 4 plays of the day. You almost got a core right there. I mean,
There you go, full core right there. Beasley,
Boom.
Murphy, Alvarado, Rui. You can play that with studs too, at least 2 studs.
You could jam in anyone you want, Giannis and anyone.
Start with Giannis and Halliburton right there with the build you just talked about.
There you go.
I'm going to make that my second team.
Love it. All right, there we go. There's the crew. Do you want to take some questions, or what do you guys want to do? I mean, we got 9 minutes to lock. So if you guys got questions,
my team, so whatever people got,
I'll go in the live show chat. But if anyone's got questions, you want to put them in the other chat too, hit us up. I'll stay here for the next.
I got to get going in a minute, but
Falik, before you go, one question was your favorite value. Or 2 favorite, or like your top 2 favorite values.
Jared Vanderbilt on DraftKings. Rui I like as well.
Tony, crew asked us if we talked about FanDuel for NFL, which I don't know if we did talk about FanDuel
Probably
for
not,
NFL.
Everything for DK tonight is the same on FanDuel, though, because it's a floor slate. Always on floor slates, it's going to be the same thing.
But the MVP spot, you're probably not playing Taekwon.
When everybody's projected for the same amount, I honestly think FanDuel's better than ever tonight because the captain or the MVP is not a given. You can play whoever gets the touchdown, man. Everybody's projected between like 11 and like 7. So that's the best opportunity I've ever seen to play a different MVP.
Fair enough. There you go. Let's see. Do you guys like Jackson tonight? Any Isaiah Jackson love for the panel?
I tried to talk myself into him. I really did when JSU was talking him up because I agree with JSU's point. They need to play bigger against Milwaukee. There's other guys that are just close enough in price where you don't need it. I mean, it makes sense to me, but I also think if they play him, he's going to get destroyed by those guys. So I can't pull the trigger personally, but I do agree with the thought that he is in a good spot.
Yes. Okay. I think he gets a little run. I don't think it's a lot, but I do think he gets a little run. It's just my guess. I don't think Falik likes him. I didn't hear Falik bring him up. So let's go to the next question. Rui or Neesmith? I would go Neesmith. I think Tony likes Rui a little bit more than
I mean, they're not the same price. Neesmith's 4,600. I would go Neesmith over
Rui.
Straight up. I like Rui too, though. I like Rui. That 500 makes a difference for me. So I like both, but if I had to just pick either one, I'd pick Neesmith, I guess.
All right. Good luck, everybody.
Good luck, Falik. McCollum or Ingram? I'm going Ingram here. I go Brandon Ingram over CJ. If there's any other questions, shoot them in. Shoot them in the Discord or in the chat here. I will take them because we got about 4 or 5 minutes till lock where me and Tony get out of here. So
I'm gonna definitely ship today too because I missed that main tournament. I only got in the 3:33.
you know why you missed the main tournament? The main tournament filled before we went live.
Oh, I mean, I checked even a decent amount before that, and it was sold out.
I don't know why. I know why, but like, what's the difference in making it just a little bit bigger? Like,
I just don't get it. It's
so dumb.
so dumb.
Halliburton or AD? I'm going Hallie. Thoughts on Turner and Brooke Lopez at center? They're not the same price. Miles Turner $7K, Brooke Lopez $6,100. I mean, Turner's gonna. I will say this: I think Turner does get a bump in minutes in these type of games. He, like I said, he played 34 in the last game. And Milwaukee's a big team. So, again, they need his size, his rim protection, and he's going to shoot threes in this matchup. So, like, you know, he took 6 threes last game. I think he takes another 5 or 6 here. And it's a good spot because they're going to try and pull Brooke out from under the basket. And if not, he's going to pull the trigger. So, I think Miles Turner is a decent play. He's just, you know, he's 7K as opposed to 6,100. So it makes a difference. Matherin and Portis or Alvarado Middleton. I think that's Matherin and Portis. Tony, what about you?
Yep. I agree with you.
Let's see. Okay, Tony, I'm throwing this one to you here. What is it? I don't even know what this is, but I'm going to throw it to you. Any take?
I mean,
any guess?
Sativa.
Boom, right there. Hatch or Toppin?
Who? I mean, I mean, they're different price again. Like the ones that are different price, I struggle with. I mean, I guess I'd play Toppin if I had to choose either one, but
Milton asked favorite 3K punt. Milton, I struggle to see any of these 3K guys getting run outside of like a minute here or, you know, blowout or something like that. I struggle to see these guys getting run. AJ Green's 3-3, and I think he could get run. He's not even guaranteed to get some run, but he could get run. So I would say him. Isaiah Jackson's another guy that could get some run. You know, Jackson Hayes could get a little run, but yeah, I don't see many of these 3K guys. Tony, you see a 3K guy that you could even play?
Like Stone 3K?
Stone 3, yeah.
No, I mean,
I don't see one either.
Outside of literally just putting someone in there, I just don't think you need to do that, honestly.
How about TJ McConnell, 3-4? So here's my problem with TJ McConnell is I think the max you're getting is what he got last slate, which is fine. But Halliburton's going to play another 40 plus minutes here on this game. He might play 42 minutes here. You know what I mean? That team, Indiana definitely wants to win. You can make I think the Lakers want to win. Yeah, all these teams probably want to win now that they're here, but like Indy definitely is the one outlier team of all these teams where like those dudes want to win. All right. Those dudes definitely want to win. So if Halliburton's got to play 42, I think he might. And who would that affect? It would affect guys like TJ or Nembhard. So I think you can play him. I think you can take shots on him because TJ can get you in 8 minutes. He can get you 10 to 15, and that's all you would need. But I wouldn't go crazy with him. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I think he has a good chance to DMP too. Either him or Nembhard, definitely DMPs. So let's see here. Portis and Benny Mac or Joe Val and Nembhard. Portis and Benny Mac for sure on this slate. Isaiah Jackson or TJ McConnell. I think they're really close. I mean, Tony, would you lean TJ over Isaiah?
I would, but
yeah,
I kind of agree with you, though. The matchup suits Isaiah. It's not really a McConnell matchup because to beat Milwaukee, you need outside shooting. That's why I like Matherin and Matherin, however you freaking pronounce it. And I don't like TJ as much, but I mean, Jackson's got a pretty decent chance to DNP, even though I agree with your take.
Yep.
And we're talking about gambling on guys in the 3Ks. I still want to know for a fact my guy's going to play to at least give me
because there's
a
nothing
chance.
worse in NBA when your guy don't get off the bench. Like, that's nothing worse. Like,
don't get me wrong, like guys like Vanderbilt basically aren't even out there anyways, but at least he's out there and he can physically get a block or a steal, some rebounds.
Some rebounds. Yeah.
And he's going to play 100%. Like, and I really do think that he could win someone a tournament, Jackson. But man, he's got a decent chance to just DNP. Yeah.
Boom. There we go. Those are all the questions, and we're locked anyways. So it's 5:00. Good luck to everyone on this slate. I mean, Tony, you gave out the winners. You like the Lakers. You like the Bucks, right? I'm sorry. Do you like the Pelicans? I forget.
I like the Pelicans. I think the Pelicans is the sharp side, but I will be rooting for the Lakers and the Bucks for money purposes.
There we go. All right. Money purpose. I always root for money.
I'm conflicted tonight because I really think New Orleans is a good bet, but I picked the Lakers. I need the Lakers to win, so I'm going to be rooting for.
What's the odds for a Giannis 40-point triple-double? What's the odds? It's got to be decent. Got to find them and bet them here in a second. But, yeah, that's going to do it for us, guys. Enjoy the show here. We talked football, NBA. Hit the like button on your way out for that 2-hour show, and we'll be back. Tony's got the college football show tomorrow.
Dude keeps asking about my peas.
The peas story.
Eric, I thought Wiley was trolling me with that.
Well, he wasn't, so.
I hope so, Patrick Rice. I sure hope I will be tilted about the 15 if I hit the nut, but I'll take the 333. That's fine. I think it's even a smaller 333.
You'll be okay because that $15 I think was smaller too. Was it even 100K up top?
I didn't see it because I didn't get in. I never saw it. I don't know what it was. No, I hope it wasn't a big one.
It had to be 50K. I bet it was. That's why.
Like, I don't understand it.
They just want you to play football, Tony. They just want you.
We're going to play football anyways.
Yeah, but they want your money in football. They want everyone's money in
They're
football.
They're going to get my money in there too. I wanted to, whatever.
There we go. All right. Well, I got to get the football teams in. So good luck to everyone in your contest. Don't forget, Giblets44 is the promo code to get 44% off your first monthly or weekly payment over at Run Pure Sports. Get the bet side. Come over, hang out with us. We got all the winners over there
one last
as well.
Question, he says. What is it? We got time for one last one. Where's this big hats? Wherever I can find them, baby.
Do you see all of his hats? Do you still have the laptop, Tony, where you can show them?
I'm off the laptop.
Oh, you're off the laptop. Well, next time he's on the laptop, he'll show all around his office. He's got hats. So
the one thing I can't move is my camera because it's literally on a whatever it's called, a peg.
Yeah.
I'll jack my setup up if I move it.
Well, don't worry. Don't worry about that. Buy hats over at Run Pure Sports. Go get an RPS hat. We got the nice hats. Tony's showing one off right now. And check that out over there. But that's going to do it for us, guys. For myself, JSU, Wiley, K. Fallick, who left us prematurely, and my man, Big T. We'll see you guys next time.